This is a new thing for me, learning to live. And this video is pretty much just going to be more of like an intro into what the channel will include. I'll try and keep all of my videos short and sweet, around the 8 to 10 minute mark. But I have struggled with my weight my entire life. And I've always had issues with like trying different diets and different exercise routines and whatnot. And I was in the best shape of my life, as with many other people my age, the best shape of my life about 20 years ago. I weighed 230 pounds. I worked out religiously. I was in the gym or running every single day, and I felt good. But at the same time, I had a very poor self-image. And I know that that's something else that a lot of people who fight with weight issues experience. You have a poor self-image. And I think that the body positivity movement now has further entrenched the population into this acceptance of obesity and acceptance of just being in general unhealthy. That's probably a topic for another video. But back to my experiences, looking back now, I realize that where I am is the product of how I grew up, and not that anything was bad about it necessarily. It was just the type of upbringing that I had, the relationship that I developed with food over the years, which was horrible. I developed a very unhealthy relationship with food, and we'll have a whole video section, a whole playlist on food relationships. But I developed a bad relationship with food, and I'm almost 40 years old. I will be 39 next month. I weigh 403 pounds. Now, when I started this, you can call it a journey. I don't really want to be too cliche with it and say, join me on my journey. But that's kind of what it is. It's not really a journey with a destination. It's basically, I'm just trying to lose weight and get back into a healthy shape. I just had a daughter. I want to be here with her and with my fiance for as long as I possibly can. And I know the road that I was headed down would have taken me from them a lot sooner than any of us would have preferred. You know, that's with obesity comes a lot of health issues, and we can talk about all of those things in other videos as well. We can, you know, I'll put together a playlist for like some of the issues I've had. But anyway, around 230 pounds. I'm 6 feet 5 inches tall. So around 230 pounds is where I feel great. I'm comfortable, and I'm at a tremendously more healthy weight than I am right now at 403. I started out at 436. So in the last 6 weeks, I've lost about 33 pounds. And any time in the past that I've ever tried any kind of diet or any kind of routine, everything seems to be so strict, and the unhealthy relationships that I've built over the years with food have contributed to my failure in those diet plans. And I got to a point, I broke my foot for the second time in the last few years. First time I broke my 5th metatarsal on the outside of my foot. That was due actually to slipping on some ice. My foot went under the tire of my vehicle. I fell and I stress fractured the bone. Walking on it caused it to fully break. Well, this time I fractured the 4th metatarsal on the outside of the same foot, and it was just from walking on it. Well, when I was talking to the orthopedic surgeon, he told me what I already knew. He told me that my weight was a major contributing factor as to why the bone broke. you got to take into consideration that I'm walking around carrying the weight of 2 grown men. At that point, I was 436 pounds. I was the biggest and the heaviest that I have ever been in my entire life. If you don't have a concept of what living life at 436 pounds is like, it's fucking miserable. It's absolutely miserable. When you start to become obese and you have those unhealthy relationships with food like where you eat your emotions, or you stress eat, or you eat because it brings you comfort, especially when you don't have very much of any other comfort coming to you in your life. This is an emotional thing for me. This is not something that I've ever really openly talked to anyone about. But I'm just going to be honest. At 436 pounds, I was miserable. I'm still not comfortable. I'm still not happy with myself. I mean, I'm happy with my life. You know, I have a beautiful family that I couldn't ask for anymore. I couldn't beg for. I couldn't hope for more. But with myself, I'm not happy. And being physically uncomfortable is just part of it. There's a lot of back pain where there were days that I struggled through and wished I could just lay down, because it was the pain was at sometimes almost unbearable. Finding clothes that fit, especially if you're tall, good luck finding clothes that fit if you're also big. Now, we'll use the term big because that's not quite as bad as saying I'm fat, I'm obese, I'm morbidly obese. You can see it in my face. If I didn't have the beard hiding it, you'd be able to see it in my neck too. You'd be able to see the double chin, which when I started getting really big, I think that's part of what brought this on. And, you know, I got to change it. I got to make changes in my life so that I can be here for my family. I got to make changes in my life so that I can be comfortable with myself and so that I can function at 100%, because at this size, I'm not functioning at 100%. And I know this is something that a lot of people can identify with. My purpose in making this channel and starting these videos is to hopefully kind of help keep myself motivated more. And maybe, just maybe, there's somebody else out there that's going to see these videos that has experienced some of the same things I have, and they can try what I'm doing, and they can have some success as well. 6 weeks, 33 pounds. I feel so much better than what I did. 33 pounds to someone my size really doesn't seem like a whole lot, but it's a lot more than you'd think. You know, I've lost a toddler. My overall goal is to lose 200 pounds and get back to the 230, 250 range, where I can be a lot more comfortable. I can buy clothes that fit me comfortably. I can find pants that fit me comfortably. You ever try to shop for, if you're big and tall, big and tall, you ever go in a store and try to shop for clothes to fit you? I wear right now, actually, these pants, the waist is too big on me. I've actually lost a size or two, but I got up to a 46 waist, a 46-inch waist. Find 46-inch waist pants in a 34 length. At a point, you have to order stuff online and hope that it fits. And typically the inseam, they just don't hem the legs. They leave that for you to do, because, I mean, you're basically kind of paying a visit to Omar the tent maker so that he can throw together a tarp for you or whatever, because that's what it feels like when you're shopping for shirts too. It feels like you're wearing a fucking tent. It's just nothing looks good, nothing feels good, nothing's comfortable. And whenever you do find something that is kind of comfortable and does feel kind of good, personally, I tend to buy a lot of the same stuff in different colors because it's my only option. This is not me feeling bad for myself. This is me explaining where I am and where I'm going. Back to how I got to this point. I broke my foot. The orthopedic surgeon was talking to me, told me that you're, in much kinder words, told me the cold hard truth of what I already knew. You're fat and it's making you break bones. You're morbidly obese. You're gonna die. And any other time that I've talked to a doctor about weight loss, it's either been like throwing drugs at it. Here's a diet pill that'll make you feel like your skin's crawling. It'll make you hate everything around you, including yourself. It'll make you angry at just being in general. I've tried many different pharmaceutical weight loss medications. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. But he tells me, like, here at the hospital, we have a weight loss clinic. We also offer bariatric surgeries. We offer lap band. Now, if any of you know what that is, what any of these stomach surgeries do, I knew what they did. And the way that he explained it was so much better. He said, I don't like them and I don't recommend them. He said, all they do is take your stomach and shrink it down to the point where you can only consume 800 to maybe 1,000 calories worth of food a day. He said, I can do the same thing for you. He said, I can hand you a list of food. He said, I can hand you a diet for 800 to 1,000 calories a day. And you won't be hungry. You won't hate it. And you can still eat things that you want to eat. He said, you eat this for 2 weeks. He said, just try it. You eat what I'm telling you for 2 weeks. See what happens. And I feel like this guy is kind of responsible for maybe saving my life. This doctor is probably responsible for me being where I am today and being where I'm going over the next couple of years. I tried it and I was amazed. The first 2 weeks I lost like 20 pounds. And a lot of that, of course, is water weight coming off. But after that, the first week was horrible. The first week, I felt like I was going to die. I felt like my body was just eating itself. I was the hunger. Before I tried this, I was hungry nonstop. I would eat and eat just because it was there. Sit down. Oh, that large pizza? Yeah, that's a personal pizza because I believe in myself. What do you mean this 9 square brownie from Papa John's is supposed to be shared with other people? This isn't a single serving? Here, watch this. Yeah, it is. Drinking sodas and Coke. And God, I love beer. Love beer. That's part of the problem. Is my love affair with food was killing me. And developing a love affair with food will kill you too. I followed it for the 2 weeks. The second week was not as bad as the first. The second week, I started to feel better in general. I just started to feel good, you know, even though it's not that much weight coming off at that point in time. But at the same time, it's there's loss and there's changes happening in your body. I was consuming about 800 calories a day, not going over that. You know how many calories are in a head of cauliflower? An average head of cauliflower? 130 calories. Chicken breast? About 200. You would be surprised at the ways you can prepare chicken, broccoli, and cauliflower. The ways that you can season them to change up the flavors. And once you start really looking into stuff, you'll see what serving sizes are really like. So anyway, I've already dragged this video out to the over the 15-minute mark. I'm not going to go any longer. Please join me as I explain more of what I'm doing, and join me in learning to live, because that's what I'm doing. I'm learning to live again. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, notification bell, so that you get notified whenever I post new videos. This channel is basically just going to be something like this. It's going to be podcast-esque. I'm not really going to be doing a whole lot until I start with like showing you how I cook and what I use, what I season with. I'll actually, hey, you know what? We'll make some cooking videos together of low-calorie, fulfilling, not just filling, but fulfilling nutritional meals. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you join me in learning to live.